We can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Oh.
No, Eli.
Well,
Oh. I was like...
I was hitting the wrong button for the
Oh, you gotta press the button.
What if I go from 8 to 1, run to the pod, get the larger pod to the diving pool, and that way we can all get out of here?
Let me shoot the guy in 1 first.
Well, what if you just all came from 7 to 2, and we just run through 1 while Dirk shoots Paul, not Morris anymore, in the head, and we escape through 1? The 2 vent should be big enough for everybody.
Well, we've got an unconscious individual who I do not think will do very well trying to crawl through a vent. So.
Oh, speaking of the unconscious individual.
Motherfucker.
This is gonna be fine.
Shively stopped moving while you guys were all talking. Stop
He's
moving.
dead. We're good.
Stop screaming.
Nobody cares.
And as you kind of look over Bo, saying that you have a mostly dead person here, you see that there is this glow that's coming from his chest.
No,
Oh, hell
run.
no. I take my scalpel and I go directly to where the glow is coming from, like the most intense point, and I shove it directly in there.
Badass.
Fantastic. I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. Yeah, you stab it, and you can tell it definitely something exploded in there. It probably wasn't an organ. And his body kind of convulses and twitches in an odd, strange way. Pieces of his body are moving in ways that we're not supposed to. And he ceases to move.
All right, so I think we're good going from 7 to 2. If you're good.
Yep, let's go. Please, let's go.
Herman, did you want to take a look at this submersible?
I'm gonna take a while these guys are dealing with that problem. I'll take a quick look-see-daisy.
Okay. Do you have engineering perchance?
I don't have engineering.
Okay.
Our engineer is dead.
Got
The thing that was
science,
the engineer.
Research. I can hack it.
Okay, cool. Go ahead then and roll. I would say just roll a d10 then, because I don't think any of the relevant skills you have.
Fair, valid.
It's missing 1 screw.
Exactly one. It's just, 3's fine.
We'll never know.
3
Yeah,
out for you,
right.
man.
8.
8. Okay. So since you aren't trained, it goes down to a 7. So you take 1 stress, and it doesn't look great. It definitely does look in some sort of disrepair, but not like it doesn't have a giant hole in it. There's just there's more stuff sitting on the ground than should be sitting on the ground, but you're not, maybe it's fine.
We're 20,000 feet under the sea.
It's probably
it's fine.
Yeah.
We'll see
We'll
what the others.
pressurize
We'll see what the
just
others
right.
do. This will be our backup plan, Astoria. That sounds good, right?
Astoria's just kind of got her hands on her head and is looking over to where Dr. Shively was, and just is with Bo releasing this scalpel out of his chest, and she's just having she's just hyperventilating.
Right, Astoria? Is that right? Me and you in the submersible? Does that sound like... Hey, are you paying attention?
Dirk, as you're crawling through the vents, there's a point where it doesn't seem like it doesn't feel like you're moving forward anymore. And in fact, there's a brief moment of panic as you think, oh shit, I'm gonna get stuck in this vent, I'm gonna die in this vent, and I'm gonna be the top of the Deadpool, and then who knows who's gonna get money from that. Probably.
It's definitely Gordon. He always puts me at the top of the Deadpool.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you're going to take 2 stress going through this here place.
I'm at 21.
Man, y'all are just full of it, aren't you?
I blame you. You're doing this to us.
Why would you do this to us?
You're the one giving us the stress.
Hey, you know what? It's not exactly an unstressful situation, but you
Sure
do
isn't.
manage to pop your noggin out on the other side. Tick, you have a moment of panic.
Have the WD-40 and the lighter, and I've just been like in a corner, like crying, holding his stuff, and I'm like.
I go up to you and look like I'm about to console you, and then I turn the WD-40 can around so it's actually facing me and not yourself.
It's just like at me.
You'll be fine. I'm gonna pull out my gun. Alright, what are we doing here?
Poor Morris. His wife's gonna be so
Poor
sad.
Morris. How about you hang out in the life support, lock the door. I'm gonna open the door.
No,
bang,
you're not
bang
leaving
here
me,
and there.
and I'll take my newly like pointed can and my lighter, and I'll stand like right to the side of him
Okay.
and wait.
Okay.
I start debating the Herman plan again. I didn't need it last time. Alright, how about you open the door? I'll stand back.
Okay.
Okay, I'll like hit it with my elbow.
I'm
Alright.
scooting back a little bit so there's a bit more distance between me, Tick, and whatever's on the door.
Fantastic. For the sake of this, I'm going to have the two of you make an aware check for me, and this is going to just determine in what order things happen.
7.
I got a 2 and a 6.
Okay. Fantastic. So, Tick is going to be able to act first, followed by Dirk, and then followed by the thing that once was Moore's. So, as the door begins to open up, Tick, you see the thing that once was Moore's is there, fully tentacled, looking much more like how Dr. Legati once was looking at one point. Pulsing red eye, just kind of zeroing in on you. What would you like to do?
I'm so sorry. I'd like to flamethrower the fuck out of him. The thing that once was Morris. Thanks. I looked at his Zoom name.
Oh, I just noticed that.
I'd like to flamethrower him with whatever I have left in the can.
Okay, perfect. There's probably enough for one more good flamethrower in it.
One good flame.
One good flame. So this is going to be a fight roll.
Alright, I rolled a 5 and an 8.
5 and an 8. All right. So that is one success. You do take 1 stress, however.
Which means I die.
Which means that, yes. Yes, unfortunately.
Does the can just explode?
So that is
Yes!
essentially what happens. So you, unlike Morris, Morris made this thing. So Morris knew how, the right proportions and everything. How much of the fire to the propellant and all that stuff. You're not quite so savvy. So you kind of you kind of let out and kind of shoot both at the same time, causing this just reaction to come back. It does fire forward, and it does hit the thing that once was Morris, and it does deal some damage to the creature, as flames are not great. Not great. However, it does also blast backwards at you. You still had some of this residual slime and sludge from when this thing was eating you, and you instantly set on fire. Dirk,
Nice.
I'm gonna need you to take a stress for that.
Oh, God. You were third on the Herman! Get your ass over here and die!
Currently, Tick is flailing and on the ground, on fire.
Yeah. She'll in a heroic effort throw Peaches and the badge away from her
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
and try to just hug Morris to the ground with her flaming body as she dies.
Blocking his weak spot. Ah, Jesus.
Ah, dang. Fantastic. It smells real bad in here, Dirk.
Sure
It smells
does.
real bad. Bo and Herman, as this tragedy is happening.
Astoria, do you think this is okay? I think it's okay in here, you guys. We can all cram in. I think Dirk and the comms sound good. I think they're gonna be okay with the big one, but we could all cram in this little submersible. It seems okay, and just ride it to surface.
Astoria is kind of already scrambling as you're speaking to get into this submersible. And she is frantically pointing towards two large tanks that look like O2 tanks that are sitting nearby. And she says, "Please, we need those. We won't. We need to go. We need to go now."
Okay, and I'll saunter over to the oxygen tanks and slowly try to. Oh, it's heavy. I'll have to.
It's very heavy.
Lift
They're
with my
very big.
legs.
Very, very big. I'm gonna have you make a body check. because of who you are and exactly how old you are.
Herman Beasley dies by a heart attack.
Trying to lift an
Lifting.
oxygen tank.
It just falls back on him and crushes.
Yeah, that was a 5.
That was a 5. Okay, fantastic. You take 1 stress and you are unable to lift these things.
Oh, it's too heavy. Bo, do you think you could give me? Maybe we could take it with Astoria. Do you want to come back out here too? Maybe with the 3 of us, we could all just.
Astoria closes the hatch and you
Hey.
can see it starts to power on.
Hey, hold on. Why don't you need the? Did you lie to me? Bo, do you want to try to help me lift this thing?
Wait, which pod is she taking?
So
The
there's a
submersible.
small submersible
small
that's
one
in the
that's, like,
yeah
not
the small
totally
one. No,
fixed.
not yours. Yeah, the
Okay,
one that
good.
can fit like 1, maybe 2 people in it.
Does it look like she's already leaving, or does it look like
It looks like she's definitely on her way to leaving.
Well, Herman, I think our friend Astoria is just out of here, so we might need to just take our ride back.
Is there a port? Can I see her face inside of the sub? I'd like to look sad.
In the ER staircase.
You absolutely can, and you can see that you can see her through the front of it. It kind of looks like that. It's a cute little thing.
It's a baby pod.
It's a baby pod. So you can see her through the front of that, and you can see that she maybe looks a little bit sad, but mostly just looks really panicked, and has a little bit of a crazed air about her. She's just shaking her head as the submersible releases from the crane that was holding it up and just kind of splashes in the diving pool and begins to sink.
kinda
After
hope that
all
it
we've
just-
been through.
I just hope it decompresses so quickly and just right underneath the water.
Well, there goes that plan. All right, Bo, let's jimmy through a vent, I guess.
Think skinny thoughts.
As the
I think I weigh 80 pounds. I am mostly lab coat.
6'5", 82 pounds.
Oh Jesus, some Slender Man shit.
As the two of you make your way out of the diving pool, you feel and hear this reverberation, and you can see coming from the diving pool that the water just kind of splooshes.
Yes.
Probably
Behind
fine. I gave it a once over. It looked okay. I think she's doing fine.
Smash cut back to Dirk and everything else that is happening here.
Yes. So what's
What-
the current setup? It's Tick is on fire. Shard remains
Yeah,
like
so
hugging.
Tick was on fire. It's still technically on fire, but is less Tick. Tackled the thing that once was Morris and is now slumped on the ground in front of the thing that once was Morris and is just this kind of smoldering heap. The thing that once was Morris also is partially aflame. Was dealt a decent amount of damage from that fire, but is still shambling towards you.
I'm just gonna keep shooting. Just walking
Just do
towards
the
it and shooting.
Fantastic. Do the shooting.
Alright, so this is
So
a
with
lot
your-
of dice.
Yeah, with your
It's-
remember with your handgun you get a +2
Yep,
to attack.
so
rolls.
it's fight, which is 2, Deadeye, which is 1, combat, which is 1, and then another 1 for my handgun.
Handgun gives you 2.
Oh, 2, okay.
Yeah.
Jesus!
Well,
Potential for failure. Look at all that potential for failure.
Nice knowing you, Morris.
I really thought I was gonna like beat the odds and somehow survive, but
It was if you hadn't taken that
Whoa.
one stress, you would
Boy,
have been
none of
okay.
these are super great. I got a 7, 6, 6, 6, 5, 2.
Oh, those are
The
all
number
failures.
of the Morris.
Those are
Number of the
literally
Morris.
all failures. So, however many dice that was, that's how much stress you take.
That's 6.
6, fantastic. And then that is going to trigger a burnout for you, which I believe, are you over 20?
Oh yeah, I'm at 28.
Oh, fantastic. So you can take -1 health.
Alright. It's first
Good,
health
good,
I've taken.
Yep. But any stress that you gain from now on, you are going to take health.
There's not gonna be
Damage.
that much strength.
There's sure thing, friendo. So the thing that once was Morris, as you shoot, you missed, didn't you?
I
Oh,
guess
there's a
I
thing for
missed
that.
all those.
There sure is. There's a thing for that. All right, let
That's
me
what I
find it.
get for looking cool.
Yeah. So this place is enclosed. I need to. Let's see. Okay, you're fine. No, you're fine. The bullets kind of ricochet for a moment, and for also that brief moment, you're like, "Aw, dang, this place does have oxygen, and it would sure suck if there was a hole in this building." But you're fine. You don't sense any sort of depressurization or anything like that.
I didn't even think about that. Ah, shit.
The thing that once was Morris shambles towards you. Its tentacle that is coming from its mouth launches towards you. Oh, it succeeds real good though to hit you.
Uh-oh.
Yep. So the tentacle lashes towards you and hits you right on the base of the neck. Yeah, it doesn't feel great. You take -2 health.
No.
And you begin to blink, and you feel this weird, like, cloudy sensation come over your eyes.
It's fucking...
Dirk, are you dead?
I might be soon.
Yeah.
Oh, I have the most health. I have 2 health left, actually. So,
Yeah, Dirk is a beefcake.
yeah. I guess I'd take out my knife and try to just... Because is the tentacle still latched onto my neck? Like, did it stick around, or did it just... and then bounce off?
It just kind of went, like...
It
just kinda
punched
bounced
me
off.
with a tentacle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'd just use my gun again then, and just
Okay.
try and keep shooting it now that I'm closer.
Fantastic. Go ahead and roll that. While Herman and Bo, are you all shimmy cocoa puffing your way through this this ventilation?
Seems to be the only option.
I am gonna go over comms real quick. How's it going in there?
Busy!
Oh, isn't there a
No,
path? Isn't there a path right to the pod too?
If you go through storage, you can go
I'm tempted
either.
to take that.
Oh.
Yeah, let's do that one. that seems
Turn
better.
around. Yeah, you just hear
Occupied
explosion,
right now, so-
bunch of gunshots, somebody scream more gunshots.
I'm gonna think skinny thoughts from 8 to 1 is
All
what
right.
I'm gonna do.
That's a good
I'll
plan.
follow Bo.
Good. All right. The two of you begin to shimmy your way through, and it's gross and it's full of this yellow, slimy, mucusy substance. But you both do make it through. You both take 2 stress as you go through there. And as you emerge into Sector 1, your pod is still there to your left. To your right, you see the passageway that leads to Sector 2, and you see partially on fire the back of Morris, standing in front of Dirk, who is shooting some kind of a weapon.
Don't stand directly behind Morris.
What'd you get there? What'd you get there, Dirk?
Okay, so here's what I got.
Okay.
10, 9,
Uh-huh.
10, 6, 6, 1.
Okay. 10, 9, 10. This is 1.
I
Okay,
may
so
have been taken
okay.
out as I take him out.
Okay. So, okay. So you take 1. Wait, 6, 6, 1. You said
Yeah, as the bad ones. Yeah.
4.
10, 9, 10, 6, 6, 1. So
Okay.
3 successes, 3 failures.
So you take 2 stress,
Yay.
which is 2 health.
Brings me up to 30. Oh, that kills me.
Yeah.
Kills you.
So, and you also do succeed. So, you kill this thing as it kills you. Essentially, is how this plays out. So, Bo and Herman, you come in just in time to see Dirk blast the ever living shit out of this creature that once was Morris. As the tentacle pierces forward through your mouth.
I like to imagine I used my knife, like, right as it did that, like, it cut half of my head, a little bit, but its eye is still there, and I grab the eye, and I just use my knife and just go, and then we both just kind of fall over together and burn.
Yeah, and there's now the burning remains of Tick, as well as the now completely burning remains of Morris, and the slightly smoldering, almost soon to be on fire body of Dirk.
Somehow, skittering across the hall, like on the floor, is a notepad that just says everybody's names on it. It scoots like 50 feet down the hallway.
The small bot of Peaches just kind of is like struggling to carry this rather oversized key thing flying in, a little bit damaged from the explosion that inevitably took Tick out, and it floats over to you, Herman and Bo.
Yeah, good luck. All 3 of us had keys on us.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well, Peaches has mine, so
Yeah.
Morris and Dirk you have to somehow find theirs. Maybe. Who knows?
And then
They
2
seem
seconds
quite
after
just
the
burned.
Deadpool list scoots by a keys.
For the sake of it, it would not. I mean, it would hurt a little bit. Maybe you could just grab the keys, unless there's something specific that you wanted to do.
I'll just scoop up the keys. Maybe a little bit of Morris in a vial.
Good.
A little chunk
Our
of
dog-
Morris tentacle.
Our dog tags.
No.
just
No, those aren't necessary.
You find Morris's wallet with all of his photos of his kids and his wife.
Oh no!
Just
You
toss it on
find-
the fire.
Yeah.
You find Dirk's wallet full of pictures of him with, like, women he picked up in Vegas.
Everything's
I'll
on
keep
fire.
Everything's on fire.
I'll just get Morris tentacle and some keys.
All right. The 2 of you sequester yourself back into the pod. The chamber around you begins to acclimate to the pressure, and you begin to ascend up as the flames start to spread throughout the Eurydice facility. The journey upwards takes somehow more time than it did to get down here, but you're able to make it up. You can see as you reach the top and radio for a pickup, the storm that they were talking about seems to be indeed on its way towards you. The waters churning much more rapidly than they were when you first got here. But you make your way back to the company headquarters. The trip back is a long and mostly silent one. And the 2 of you are quickly, upon returning, brought into a debriefing session where the keys are asked for, and assuming that you do not intend to cause a scene, they are given up and whisked away. The most notable thing, you're individually questioned about what happened, although more specifically, you are asked about the research that was taking place down there. There's no specific questions about the scientists or your other companions, more specifically about what these things were. After your debriefing and your questioning, confident that the research was secured, you are told to leave, but also told not to leave the premises. You are given company quarters to stay in, and are both told that the management wants to simply monitor you for the next couple of days to make sure that there isn't anything strange. The two of you, in a few days, are individually called, Bo first, and then Herman, into a private meeting with the manager, your manager, who gives you a stellar and raving review, commendations, and a pretty hefty bonus for your exemplary work serving Wuhan Baxter. They tell you you are free to go home. And you shake their hand, and you have a wave of relief that washes over you and a strange tingling sensation in the back of your head. And as each of you leave the office at your respective times, not really running into each other at any point, with the bonus check in your hand and a small pep in your step, you're both struck with the same or a similar thought. And you can't quite shake it. But to you, this was just a regular Thursday, a typical work day. The manager was congratulating you for some strange and fantastic job, but what job was the manager even talking about? And that's the incidental incident here at the company. Thank you for playing. Thank you for surviving, 2 of the 5 of you.
I guess I'll just go fuck myself.
Somewhere back in the company break room, there's this board, there's this little picture of Dirk, and there's this guy who just says, fuck him, I knew he was gonna die first.
It's like that one person from Cabin in the Woods. It's never mermaids.
Correct.
Just once I want to see them.
Just once. And somewhere, Morris's wife cries, kind of, as she transfers money into her savings account and purchases a cruise for one.
Yeah.
Doesn't even bring her kids, huh?
Nope. No, they're going off to college. She needs some alone time. Listen, it's a good time for her. Well, thank you everyone for playing. Why don't we go around, say who you are, where people can find you on the internet that is not 20,000 feet under the sea, and favorite moment either from tonight or from both sections. Why don't we start with the last person who died, Dirk?
It's me. I'm Dave. I go by he, him pronouns, and I played as Dirk. My favorite moment of the night tonight was probably the Herman plan, which went off without a hitch, but it really could have gone either way. That was severely down to dice roll. That was a really good moment. As far as things that I do, you can find me on Twitter at Mythos Mystery Society. I really need to make that easier to say. And the other things that I've done lately are I helped animate characters for a game called Murder House that you can buy on Steam, which is about $10, I believe. It's a good Halloween game to play for sure. And then as far as upcoming future things, we are going to be running a Cyberpunk 2020 campaign in November sometime, I think the 15th. So, yeah! And with that, I will pass it off to, Bo.
Hi, hello. I am Reliable. I played Bo. You can find me at _reliable1 on Twitter and Instagram. I tweet about everything that I'm doing there, so if you want to know, give it a follow. Things coming up immediately. Literally tomorrow, I'm going to be participating in Otterthon, over at Off the Table. We're doing our Urban Shadows finale, and then immediately after, I'm going to be in a game run by Patrick. So super excited for that. You're going to want to tune in. It's going to be a fun time, and we're just going to roll with it. My favorite part from the night, honestly, was the death scenes of everyone. They were all just so poetically nice. I loved it. So I am going to toss it over to Ty.
I'm Ty. I use him pronouns. You can find me at Ballroom Brawler on Twitter. You can find me on Tuesdays at Dice Prairie, where I run a Monster of the Week campaign. Next week should be almost getting close to the end of an arc, which should be fun. My favorite moment of tonight, probably Astoria. Probably this woman who we murdered her friend in front of her directly, and then just bailed, and probably died because I didn't know what I was doing with the submersible.
Yeah, that submersible was if he had jumped in that, you would have died. It was not going anywhere.
Also, basically, Mr. Magooing my way through this entire game. Just should have died several times over.
Yep.
Yeah, surprisingly lived.
And I'll toss it over to Tick.
For some reason, I was like, "Who's that?" It's me.
Could be anybody.
No one now.
It's no one now. The charred husk. Hey everybody, my name is Kaya Gaston. You can find me on Twitter at Crit Charisma. I'm sometimes here. I will eventually be back over on Dice Prairie for Monster of the Week, whenever my character is no longer in hell. My favorite moment of tonight would probably have to be the inappropriate X-rated remakes of movies. That was honestly my favorite thing. The X-rated Titanic remake, the X-rated Alien remake with Leonardo DiCaprio as the alien, and obviously the X-rated E.T. with fingers and phoning home.
Listen, sometimes improv goes off on a weird tangent. You can't
It does. This brought to you by Schmucky's production company, bringing X-rated remakes.
X-rated remakes.
Yeah, but that was pretty awesome. Tim.
Hey, hi everyone. I'm Tim at Anonmoth on all the social interwebs, and I have been the thing that once was Morris, now deceased. I'm not really got much coming up at the moment, really. Quite a couple of months, it's fine. Just got legal stuff to deal with. That's just normal. So yeah, just find me on at Anonmoth on most of the social interweb thingies doing random stuff. You see what I'm doing then. I loved Bo just dragging the body around by the ankle, being the consummate, medically trained professional that we had on the team. Just loved it. I kind of imagine it's like Linus carrying around his blanket everywhere, because that's what I just had in my head the entire time. And with that, back over to Maria.
That's me. Hello. You can find me on the internet at Happy Capster. I stream on my own Twitch channel on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, as well as here multiple times sometimes, and then also on Tuesday nights in that Dice Priori Monster of the Week game, where I also play an old person who sometimes should have died multiple times already, but somehow he's still here. He's still kicking. Also on Dice Prairie on Friday nights, not tomorrow, we're taking a week off, but hopefully next week or soon after will be the finale of our Heart campaign, where I play a wood witch named Tenska, and it is fantastic, and I have makeup, and it's great. Anything else, just follow my socials. I sometimes do other things. It's really cool. My favorite moment was the vent. With the two of you, anytime you crawl through those freaking vents, just mumbling your way through there, that was freaking hilarious. It was so good. It was awesome. Thank you all, and also you all players, because that was that's a default, but y'all were great. This is awesome.
Love you, Maria.
Love you.
Alrighty, and with that, we were the Mythos Mystery Society, brought to you by Schmuckies. Schmuckies, you can deep fry a person at the bottom of the sea.
Wow, smooth. You did it. Didn't